Hello students, in this lecture we will discuss about nuclear size and nuclear shape. We know that according to Rutherford's alpha scattering experiment, there were certain assumptions. So according to those assumptions, Rutherford gave some experimental evidence about the nuclear size. We know that according to Rutherford, when alpha particles strike on a gold foil, some changes were observed. According to Rutherford, some of the alpha particle pass through the gold foil undeflected, but some of the alpha particle retraces its path. So retraces its path represents there is something heavy mass inside the gold foil. But then he observed that some of the alpha particles were scattered or were deflected at certain angles. So it also represents that there are something inside the nucleus. So, according to those assumptions, later on, by using Coulomb's law, Rutherford gives an idea about the size of the nucleus. So, by using Coulomb's law, experimental size was observed almost more than 10 raised to the power minus 14 meter. But if the distance between alpha particle and nucleus is 10 raised to less than 10 raised to the power minus 14 meter, then the Coulomb's law cannot predict the behavior of the alpha particle correctly. Because we know that according to Coulomb's law, there must be point charge. But according to Rutherford's scattering experiment, alpha particle cannot be considered as a point charge. So Coulomb's law, Rutherford's alpha scattering experiment does not follow all the requirements of Coulomb's law. So we cannot predict the actual size of nucleus by using Coulomb's law. Later on, after some experimental observations, we have considered an formula just in order to calculate the size of the nucleus. According to this formula, we found that the volume of the nucleus is proportional to mass. So consider the volume of the nucleus is V and consider the mass number is A. We know that volume is directly proportional to the mass number. So V is volume and A is mass. That is V is directly proportional to A. And we know that according to spherical distribution, according to sphere, the volume can be considered as 4 by 3 pi r cube. So just in this case, r cube can be considered as the directly proportional to A. So R is directly proportional to A raised to power 1 by 3. In order to consider the exact equation, now let us consider that R is equals to R naught A raised to power 1 by 3, where R naught is proportionality constant, or we can say that it is known as Fermi constant, where by using some experimental evidences, some experimental observations, we have calculated the value of constant. So value of constant can be vary from 1.2 to 1.6 Fermi, where we know that 1 Fermi is equals to 10 raised to the power minus 15 meter. So in order to calculate the radius of any kind of nucleus, we have to just generally consider the mass number. So according to mass number, we can calculate the radius of the nucleus directly. So radius of the nucleus gives the idea about the nuclear size. Now the next one is nuclear shapes. Generally we have considered the nucleus are considered as a spherical shape, but it is not always true. If we consider the distribution of charge in the nucleus is not spherical symmetric, then there may be some departure in the size of the nucleus. So this departure of the nucleus from its spherical symmetry is known as a quadrupole movement. So quadrupole movement gives the some observation about the shape of the nucleus. Quadrupole movement actually the departure of the nucleus from its spherical symmetry. So consider if there is a spherical ellipsoidal that we have generally considered about the shape of the nucleus. If there is a spherical shape of the nucleus, what happens there? Consider Q is the considered as a quadrupole movement. When Q is 0 means there is a no departure from the spherical symmetry, then our shape of the nucleus is spherical. Okay. If we have generally considered the q is greater than 0, that is q is positive, that is quadrupole movement is positive, then there is certain departure from the spherical symmetry, so it is elongated shape. When q is positive, that is quadrupole movement is positive, so our nucleus has a elongated shape, so this shape is known as prolate ellipsoidal or prolate shape. But when the quadrupole movement of the nucleus is less than 0, that if it is negative, then the shape of the nucleus is oblate form, that it is departure from the left side and right side. So this spherical symmetry is known as, non-spherical symmetry is known as oblate ellipsoidal. So q is nothing, q is just the quadrupole movement of the nucleus. So it gives about the idea about the shape of the nucleus. It may be 0 greater than positive, so we can obtain the prolate shape, or it can may be negative, so it is generally considered for the oblate shape of the ellipsoid. So just by considering the value of A, that is the mass number, we can calculate about the radius of the nucleus, and just by considering the q, that is quadrupole moment, we can consider an idea about the nuclear shape. So that's all about that. Thank you.